one of the top 10 global banks in the world yesterday, and the CEO told me, crypto is my number one priority. We view that this is existential. And so anytime, there's always change happening in the world, and you can think of it as an opportunity or you can think of it as a threat and bury your head in the sand and pretend it's not happening. But the reality is that crypto is massive. Like something like 500 million people have used it globally. Bitcoin was the best performing asset class of the last decade. The largest financial institutions of the world are now integrating this. And so at this point, I think it's foolish to pretend that this isn't happening. Yeah. And we also, by the way, have the Genius Act. The stablecoin bill is now passed into law. So we're not going to undo that. That is the law of the land. US regulated stablecoins have to have 100% of the assets stored in short-term US treasuries. So something like 30-day treasuries are the max, I believe. That's pretty much the safest thing you can get.
Sure.
You're basically trusting the United States government is not going to fail in 30 days, which I think is a pretty safe. Banks do something called fractional reserve lending. They actually don't store all your money there. They're lending it out. That's why they have such high regulatory overhead, because there can be a run on the bank. Mm-hmm. And it gives them a very unique business model. Stablecoin world with 100% reserves, you don't need a bank license for that. There's always been this balance between, do people want to put their money in money markets or do they want to put it as bank deposits? This crypto is not really new in that dimension. Like it's just another flavor of this happening. And there's been a lot of hand wringing about, this is going to destroy all the lending market. I don't think that's true. Like money markets are already trillions of dollars and there's high yield checking accounts.
But these banks haven't had to deal with a disruptive competitor, a technology competitor who's really good at what they're doing. So they're a little bit nervous about their franchise.